Okay, so it's been a long time since I uploaded a video. I took a little break. And by little break, I mean a 3.5-month break from editing. The last video I uploaded, week 46, was uploaded right before I went back to Thailand. And when I was in Thailand, I brought all my gear to edit and to shoot these, but I was quite busy and did not get any of it done. So now we are back. It's week 47 and I am on an airplane. I know, go figure. I am on my way to Japan. Yes. Also, meaning that it's week 47 means there's only a few more weeks of 2022 left. But anyway, stay tuned. So, my airplane snacky is just your basic ham and cheese sandwich. And what I don't get about how, I guess maybe other countries make ham and cheese sandwiches is why do they put bread in between the ham and the cheese? I believe I get there early enough, or am flying the morning flight, so I catch a bit of that sunrise, have a hot meal as well, and then I arrive in Narita. I have to take the train into Tokyo. And once I'm in Tokyo, I will pick up my JR pass. Ed and I, that's who I'm traveling with and who I'm meeting in Japan. I believe he actually will arrive one day later than me. But we purchased the JR pass that will allow us to kind of ride the trains unlimited for about 1 week, so 7 days. I hop on the train that will take me to Osaka because really that is our first destination in Japan this trip. Usually we start in Tokyo. This time we are starting in Osaka and making our way up. I check into our Airbnb. There's 2 rooms. Here's a little baby tour. A minute. One room. Rooms. And then because I have the night free in Osaka by myself, I head out to meet up with a friend. And let's see if you can remember him. I originally met him in Bangkok. Finally made it to Osaka, and I'm here with Corey, who's telling, he's pretty sure he's not dying this time and it's just a cough. Really?
Yeah, it's just a cough.
I don't know, skeptical. As long as I've known him, he's always been dying.
It's just a cough.
Okay. My tour guide took me to the place with all the lights on it.
It's come here like it's drunk.
I think drunk is fun. Cheers. We take some selfies, we eat some nams, we drink some drinks. Well, what are we gonna get next?
We're gonna get plum wine.
What do we start with?
It's plum wine.
Well, we started with cocktails.
We started with cocktails. You got a highball. I got a Moscow Mule. Then we're doing each plum here. Then I'm probably pronounced that wrong, saying it backwards. And now we're gonna get plum wine. It's a plum sake, and the plum has been.
We've got some background soundtracks.
So they aged the sake with plum inside of it, so it's nice and sweet. Hopefully it's
and we
not
also
syrupy.
got all the fried goodness. And then we drink some more drinks. It's all you can eat fried things on a stick and all you can drink alcohol. Yeah, trouble. Hi. Baby penguin. Still missed. Corey got intrigued. Ooh, there's underwear up there.
There's always underwear.
Okay, there's like thongs.
Get the fuck away from me.
Okay, Corey. Can you beat the machine?
Fuck yeah.
Who are you gonna play against? Oh, this guy!
Amusement man, Don Joel. Ready? Go! I won't give up. 1, 2, 3.
What a weakling! So after Corey sadly loses to the PC, we take a quick walk through the arcade. We get to the street, we're on the sidewalk, and there are so many bikes in Osaka just parked there. We've reached our destination. We are at a karaoke bar. And this one is more American style, where you are singing for the whole bar and it's not a private room.
Don't say bye-bye tonight. Say you'll be mine just a little. It's just my heart a little. Love her sometimes when you do it.
Corey is the only one that sings at that bar. So then we go to the next place, which is private room karaoke. We proceed to enjoy ourselves there. Let's go! Where's our room?
Right here, motherfucker.
Little Corey, we are at karaoke.
You're wasting
My time. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. We're both a little drunk. It's a little bit late. It's time to head home. Let's go for a ride. Woo! Oh, that was even better. You almost made it. Are you okay? In Asia, what do I do but stop at 7-Eleven? So, finally stopping, and this time I get my highball per the usual, my onigiri per the usual, but this time I've added cup noodles because every time I bought it before, I've never actually eaten it. So, it's raining, waterproof hat. Apparently my jacket is waterproof, unaware, but my shoes are wet. And so are my pants. Good night tonight out with Corey. But it's not even midnight. Okay, so I lied. It wasn't that late, being that it wasn't even midnight. But after my nightcap, I went to bed. Because the next morning, I was meeting up with Corey again for daytime activities. Also, it's like end of November, but it's perfect leaf peeping time in Japan. So while I wait for him, I take in the scenery. Fall colors. Today I'm doing some touristy things. First stop, and where I'm meeting up with Corey, is Osaka Castle. First castle here in Japan.
I like how they say
So, Corey and I hanging out today, saw that. That's the castle here. It burnt down, but now they have another one. And we're going to get some food. What are we getting?
Okonomiyaki.
Okonomiyaki. Excited.
We'll get some vomit pizza.
Why? I don't like that.
Now you love it.
We had pizza yesterday.
Oh yeah, I remember
That was not very good.
No, it wasn't.
It was the soggiest pizza ever. We take a walk along the river. Check out a bit of Osaka along the way. Check out the leaves because they are pretty. Get one giant order to share. That was the only size. But we also pick up some noms at the convenience store. We get some unigiri, we get some sashimi, and we get some beers to enjoy at the park. It was delicious. It was a lot of food. It was a little bit messy, but it was delicious.
Cheers. Fuck yeah.
While we're out walking around a bit more, I spot the sweet potato guy, and we're like, is this that opportunity to get a sweet potato from the sweet potato guy who's in a truck making the sweet potatoes? Sadly, yes, he was making the sweet potatoes and they smelled so good, but he was not selling them. So no sweet potato that day. After our little lunch and walking a bit more, we end up at a Japanese temple. First, we wash our hands.
Yeah, have the ones. There's a proper way.
With the scooping?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like at the castle.
But since there's not one here, all you do is... Because the idea is you're purifying yourself before you enter.
And we check out the grounds. I would say it is pretty cool. Feel the culture, you see the architecture, and there's a giant big red bridge. Remember when Corey and I went to the shooting gallery the night before and he won me those two little baby penguins? Well, he also won me a puzzle dog. And here is said little puzzle dog. He reminds me of the dog from Men in Black. Ed finally arrives that night. And I work a little bit in the morning and he heads out to explore. I think he tried to go to a museum. I think he tried to go to the Donut Museum. And then I go and meet him at the park. To get there, I have to take the train. While going through the train station, you see all of this artwork on the walls, which is pretty cool. At the base, or the entrance of Mino Park, is a small little town with refreshments and stuff. And one of the things we try is deep fried maple leaf, served with my soft serve maple ice cream. And it wasn't so cold that it wasn't enjoyable.
It's very light.
Tastes like sugar.
My goodness. Our walk through Mino Park is quite pleasant. There's quite a bit of people out walking around. The weather's super nice. The leaves and the scenery are really beautiful. We even saw some people doing a photo shoot for their dog, props included and everything. At the end of our walk through Mino Park, you come upon the Mino Falls, which is a really pretty waterfall. And at the top here where they have the waterfall, there's also a bunch of different vendors selling refreshments. And we choose to try one of them because it was intriguing.
We got French fries, fried fish.
I mean, like, how do you not want to try one? Although I would say, in general terms, it seems like an odd choice for a refreshment or a snack.
Taking my leaf for a walk.
While walking back down to the entrance after enjoying our little fish, we see a guy walking with an owl on his head. Like it's the most natural thing in the world. It was a huge owl as well. Like, what? That night, Ed has a spot picked out for ramen. This will be my first official ramen in Japan. We are not trying just regular ramen, but we are trying a place known for duck ramen. There was a line out the door as well, and then you order at the machine, and then you sit and you wait for the order, your seat. So here it is. It was good, mostly filling. Today is my last working day for a couple days, but after working this morning, Ed and I went to Mino Park, saw the fall foliage, and even a waterfall, and ate some things. Dinner was duck ramen at a semi-famous place. What a day. And it's only Tuesday. Yay. free. Did you know the vending machines in Japan offer hot and cold options? So I got some corn soup.
Which is pretty soft.
And my guess is because I'm a little too excited and I really enjoy corn soup potage, is that I very likely burned my tongue or the roof of my mouth. Okay, so we did some naturing yesterday. Today is our big travel day. There is no work today because it's an all-day travel event. We are taking the train using our JR passes down to Hiroshima, and then we will take the ferry over to Miyajima, the island. I didn't plan any of this, so I'm along for the ride, but I am excited to explore more of Japan. We'll say though, today was not the greatest day for traveling because rain. I mean, it kind of looked pretty when you're not sitting in it, but we definitely needed our raincoats and our umbrellas. Okay, time to board the next train to Hiroshima. We found out was that we actually got on the wrong train and so got off at the next stop to change trains to go in the right direction. This is just us sitting on the platform waiting to get on the correct train to go to Hiroshima. From Hiroshima, we head to Miyajima. We head to the island.
Ferry time.
Ferry ride was very misty, it was very rainy, it was very gray and foggy, and until we got close, we couldn't see anything. But look it's my first torii gate, and it's a floating one in the water. Yay!
Very wet here. No deer.
I don't have to go to Nara to see deer. I can just be on this island and there's deer everywhere. They did shave down their horns so they would be a little bit less dangerous to the humans. And the humans really aren't great at reading signs because everybody's touching them. Oh, this island had a bunch of oyster things like grilled oysters and oysters prepared other ways. At the beginning, we weren't so sure, and then we figured maybe before we leave the island, we'll try one of the oyster snackies. And so we tried the grill oysters. And then we followed some deer around. Lots of people with umbrellas, a few deer milling around. And there's the torii gate. Normally you can kind of walk out there, but this time it was under maintenance. Of course, we all go to the edge. Oh dear. Time for a snack because it smelled delicious. All the grilled goodness on a stick. Ed and I both each ordered the beef tongue. It was super nice and tender.
I just want a snack. Share.
Time to go for a little hike through and around and over, and we're gonna explore the island a bit. And while we do this, all the leaves are changing. It's making up for me not being able to leave people in the US. I am loving it. I'm also doing my best not to fall in. I see a deer. We decide to try another oyster treat. This is grilled oyster, or like a glazed or teriyaki oyster on top of grilled crispy rice. I would say it was good, or it's good in theory, but they really only heat up the rice and everything else is kind of cold. Not sure we actually get the grilled oysters on a stick. We may have. There's so many oyster things here, but we also look at all the other things they have on a stick, like the squid. Now it's time to head away from Miyajima and back to Hiroshima to explore the sites, the history that's kind of tragic. Not kind of, it is, but we were also a big part of that. So here is the flame of peace that was resurrected after the rebuilding of Hiroshima. Once we leave the adventure culture part of the day, we head back to Osaka. We stop at the market and then we go for a walk, explore. I'm actually back at Osaka Castle with Ed because he hasn't actually been there yet. We're just bumming around and exploring the city, looking for some eats, and we decide to go to a Robataya restaurant for dinner that's nearby our Airbnb. And I love Robataya. I love the food. I love the presentation. It's a fun experience if you've never been. Another day, another adventure. Also no working today because we are headed to the bamboo forest and Kyoto. And yes, we are using our JR passes. I don't know if it would make a difference, but going to the bamboo forest probably first thing in the morning is the better idea because it is full of people, like chocked full of people. So many people. So if you ever wanted that, like you alone in the bamboo forest without having to Photoshop, you have to get there so early when there's no humans. We got there, I mean, we didn't get there so late, but there were so many humans. Like so many humans, but it was really cool. The bamboo is so freaking tall. After the bamboo forest, we head to Kyoto. This is where we're gonna do the 1,000 torii gates and enjoy a little bit of food as well. There's some people that didn't want to do the walking, so they had some rickshaws. I did get a pork cutlet for a snacky though. It was in a super touristy area, so it wasn't the best, and it was still a bit cold in the middle. We were bumming around and found a place, like there's a sign that claimed to be the first or the best creme brulee donut, and we're like, we could donut, so we decide to go and try it. It looks really pretty. Oh, it's a matcha creme brulee donut. Lots of pretty nature around in Kyoto, lots of things to kind of see, do, and take in. The scenery is really, really beautiful. Definitely would recommend exploring Kyoto when you've got time. It's like just really pretty. Like really pretty. After a ton of walking, before we head to the 1,000 torii gates, we decide to stop for a coffee. We also found a little tiki cafe. And we walked through a market for some more noms. I don't remember what I got. I think I got a bowl of udon. It was a nice nam. And then it was finally time for the gates. A quick walk through nature on our way to the train station to head back to Osaka. Of course, balls for each of us. We were heading home sometime around sunset, and it looked like the sky was on fire, which was really pretty. Okay, after finally getting back to Osaka, we were getting pretty hungry. We did already have an idea of what we wanted to eat, but on our way to dinner, we came across a lobster claw machine, and of course, Ed had to try it. But sadly, he didn't win anything. So onwards we go through the marketplace on our way to dinner. Tonight we are getting horuman because Ed likes to try things that are a little bit different but still delicious. Got some intestines and some other cuts of insides. I don't know if we ever even got anything like that would be considered normal that night, but it was all very delicious. Oh my gosh, I wish my hair was this light again. Miss it. It was also longer. It's our last day in Osaka and in this overall southern region of Japan. We are headed back up to Tokyo, but we are stopping by the horuman market before we head out. We each find some things to try. I finally try fugu, which is puffer fish that has to be filleted in a very specific way. Otherwise, it can be quite poisonous, toxic, and dangerous. I will say, it doesn't have much flavor. After some snackies, we got a little drinky refreshments. And then we were back at the Osaka train station. Before we head up to Tokyo, though, we are going to go in the opposite direction only because it will allow us to ride the Hello Kitty bullet train. We're gonna go for one stop. We're gonna check out the train and see what cool things they have and possibly even buy some swag. So while we're going through the train station, we noticed a stand that had a really long line that was selling dumplings. It was called 551 Horai. And so we bought a small order of it to try on the train. I will say it did not quite live up to expectations, but also that they are huge. The Hello Kitty train is utterly adorable. And not all of the cars are like this, but I think it's the first and second car that's decorated in Hello Kitty things. And even like in the very front of the train is also where the merch store is. Okay, we're at our stop. Time to switch trains and head back up to Tokyo. Goodbye, Hello Kitty train. See you soon. Our ride back up to Tokyo is quite scenic as we go past a lot of farmland. Finally, we are back in Tokyo, and per the usual, we are checking into the Conrad Hotel, which butts up right against the Botanical Garden and also the bay. After checking into our room, isn't it pretty nice and big? We go up to, or down to, the executive lounge for a little bit of happy hour and some sunset views. I am hard at work journaling, and at this time I still had pen and paper, and it's not all in my iPad. Tonight is also the night of our fancy sushi dinner. We are doing a 2 Michelin star sushi restaurant in Ginza. We are going to have some omakase. This will be my first 2-star restaurant. And the place we're going to is not super far from the Conrad. It's just in Ginza. We make it to the restaurant and it's actually located down the stairs. So we go in, then the rest is a mystery, because at this restaurant, we're just sitting at a counter. There's maybe 8 of us total, maybe 7 of us total. Super small place. There's maybe 2 empty chairs left open. But it's the policy during this omakase to have no telephones, no pictures, no videos, no anything, and just to be there and be present and enjoy the food as it's being presented to us. Ed and I did try to keep track of how many courses we had, and I think we had about 22, and between the 2 of us, we also split a carafe of sake. Afterwards, we walked back home, going past the big Don Quixote along the way and using the pedestrian walkways to get back to the Conrad. One of my favorite things, and I think is quite unique about Tokyo, is its system of pedestrian walkways. And it's not just like you go up and then it's just all elevated, but there's different tiers of elevation. When I first came to Tokyo and I encountered this, I was completely lost as to how to get from point A to point B and what level of the walkway I was supposed to be on. After being there a couple times, I'm a lot more familiar with it, so not as crazy. Oh yeah, so this is just me walking on the walkway. I'm pretty sure I muted the sound even though I was talking to the camera. There's a lot of street noises and a lot of other ambient noise as well, but the weather was beautiful. I was talking about how our meal was fantastic. We were full, but not exactly roll me home full, even though it was like 22 courses of sushi. Back in our room, and per usual, Ed and I finish off the night with a nightcap. We love getting these Suntory highballs from the 7-Eleven or the Family Mart or whatever convenience store is easily accessible. They set out our pajamas every evening as part of their turn down service, and they're super comfy. I enjoy it. The next morning, we wake up, we go downstairs, and we indulge ourselves in the Conrad's breakfast buffet. I start my day off with a little tea and then my first plate of goodness. And usually there's always something that they have on their special menu that we always like to try. This time I don't think we did that because we tried it last time and it wasn't as good as we thought it was going to be. It's time to hop on the train and to go exploring. Out here exploring by myself today, all the way up in the Harajuku area, but going to the park, seeing a shrine, putzing around, and then heading back in time for tea. I think I found a shrine on the west side in the middle of a park that I wanted to explore. I think in my research it came up as one of the ones to see, so I make my way there. It takes a bit, but I've got time to kill. I'm officially on vacation, I think. Anyways, I get a nice little walk through the city to get to the park, and then a nice little walk through the park, and I make my way to the Meiji Shrine. And I don't know what it is about these, but I like that they're big, they're spacious, they're open. You can feel the culture and the history within them. And it's kind of nice to just take in and be there. Done with the shrine, on my way through the park onto my next destination. Or I'm just headed back to the hotel, which is probably the most likely thing I'm doing. So I make it back from the park in time for afternoon tea time in the executive lounge. I got a nice window seat, so I get to enjoy the view, enjoy my tea time, and also journal. Back at the hotel, I indulge in a nice little bath because there's a bathtub. After my lovely, lovely bath, I head back up to the executive lounge to enjoy happy hour and all the snacks and all the noms, and a little bit of drinky. So here's a little preface about what you're gonna see next. Every time I've been in Japan, I've never had ramen because I had overdone it at some point, and I had it for the first time on this trip, and it happened to be duck ramen. I've always bought cup of noodle, and I've never actually been able to eat cup of noodle because we eat so many good things while we're out and about and late night. I'm usually just enjoying my nightcap and I'm not very hungry, usually because it's after dinner. Well, this time, it's time for me to indulge in a little bit of nightcap and cup of noodle. The TV at its turn down service. Now it's officially time to enjoy my book, to enjoy my noodles, and to enjoy my highball. Okay guys, oh my god, this video took me so long to edit. I'm pretty sure it was over a month, just because it's so long and there's so much content, and it's technically only it's just over 30 minutes. Maybe it's 40 minutes after I add this, but reliving this week in Japan was fantastic. I honestly cannot wait to go back again, and it's been too long since I've been back. It's the end of the week, but it's not the end of my trip in Japan. So we all know what that means. The beginning of next week also is in Japan. So remember to stay tuned to see what else I do while I'm in Japan. Also, please share, like, and comment. I would love to hear from you guys. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new uploads. I'm trying to be more consistent with them, but dude, sometimes it's hard. Anyways, I'll see you soon. Catch ya next week.